get right into it?
Yeah, let's get the picks and bans for the Catnip versus Yerand game going.
Yes, of course. So Yerand bans New Art Ballroom any 4 of 8. Catnip bans New Art Veranda any 5 of 8. Yerand banned Balcony any 2 of 3. Yay. Catnip bans New Art Veranda 5 of 7. Our Yerand picks Gallery any 4 of 8. Catnip picks Courtyard 2 any 4 of 7. Yerand picks New Art Ballroom any 7. And Catnip picks Pub any 4 of 7, 16.
Yes, Catnip has already shown preferences in previous games for Courtyard 2, for Pub 4-7, and then it looks like Yerand is going for some four of maps instead of going for some of the 5 of maps. Like I think Panop would have been one choice that we could have seen.
Of course.
But we're starting on Gallery. I do want to discuss further the matchup here, but I think getting the game started here is the right thing to do. If you're ready, Nerve. Fantastic. G-Man, you ready?
Yep.
We'll get it started in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Okay, we start off with Catnip spying on.
You're cutting out a bit there, G-Man. Yeah, we're on
Oh,
Gallery. It's going to be a tie for Catnip. And it doesn't start off with anything, but there could be a bug if she wants it.
there it
He takes
is.
it, and I don't think that's noticed.
Banana bread.
Goes off as well. Let's see how many low lights. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8,
Yeah, it's
9.
there wasn't a front conversation for that, but given that Catnip already has the bug, she's in a really strong spot. Assuming that Flirt is relatively free, she just needs to find one other mission here.
Of course. That seems like the case here. But the 21% seduce is might bite her in the butt later.
She's
See
got
what
time.
happens here.
She's got time.
Indeed, 230 here.
So to discuss this division and how it's panned out, Yerand has dominated. He's a very strong player, and it's not surprising. Every single game that he's played has been 5-2 or even a bigger blowout for Yerand, except for his previous game with the Catnip. Catnip, he only won 5-3. He hasn't played very many game 8s. Catnip has gone about even. She's got wins and losses about equal. Every single game that she's played has been close.
Yes.
No game has been further away from 5-2. She's had a lot of 5-2s and a lot of 5-3s and a couple of overtimes.
Yeah, of course. So the 72% seduce, 140 left. That's a pretty good time here.
Yeah, I'm feeling Timer Flirt is actually appropriate here, but do you agree here, G-Man?
Yeah, it looks like she's planning to do a timer flirt and then back to the blue bookshelf. Hopefully that Yerand hasn't been paying attention to who has what book. But if he has, that might induce a shot at that point.
Yeah, not having a highlight here makes me confident that it might be something that you can get away with. The seduction target has bailed out. Catnip on the prowl.
Yes. ST is getting bounced around just a bit here. But it doesn't phase Catnip at all, just slides right in there. Simple white here. 45 seconds left, and I do believe she's on track to win this one. Hopefully she doesn't get noticed right away. Goes back to bookshelves. And
Gets a highlight, I think,
highlight.
for the path, but
Probably
that's
for the
not a
path,
shot.
that's true. Yeah, that's not a shot. She's gonna win it. Yeah.
It's one of those my favorite things in SpyParty is when you go to like a statue late in the game and you feel the laser come over to you for an obvious highlight, and you're just like, well, they haven't caught me yet, and this is my last mission.
Of
Well
course,
played,
yeah.
Catnip.
Definitely.
This Catnip really needed to be clean on the sniper side. It was my feeling for this set, but getting the spy win and doing it early puts Catnip in the driver's seat, and that's where she wants to be against what is the favorite in your end.
Definitely, definitely. Well, let's see what happens when Yerand also spies on the gallery here.
Getting started in 3, 2, 1, go.
Yerand playing as White Danger here. Starting with the drink. Oh, ST is really nice to him. That's a 34% right off the bat. See how he plays this out.
One
Oh,
thing I wanted to mention here about the play. Oh, this is a bug if Aaron wants it, but behind the
oh,
back does not stick.
does not stick yet.
One thing I wanted to know is Catnip at this point last season was in a very similar situation where she was fighting for third and fourth. She wasn't a likely winner of the division, and
Hmm.
she turned it up last year. She gave some very strong games. I think she also won them, or at least tied them, but she played her best spy party at the end of the season, and that's where we're at
Yes.
now, where I think she's been backed into a corner, and her play gets better when that happens.
Yeah. So it seems like she's not affected by nerves as much, which is a good thing here.
I wouldn't say that on a regular basis. I think Catnip is as nervous as most players,
I
if
see.
not more. I think she might not be nervous for this particular game, despite the fact that she is against the favorite for the division.
I see. Yeah.
There's a lot of highlights going on. It looks like she's been highlighting some statues.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yerand's not one of them. Not that Yerand's done anything except for flirt.
Yeah.
This wouldn't be. Well, it's getting worse and worse. There were quite a few people in conversation, and everybody bailed as soon as I thought about it.
Yeah. And and if he does, it's a really obvious one at least if he assumes real.
You can't furlough in here. There's nothing going on at this party right now.
No, definitely not. No reject chains. Seems like he's just being an idol right now. At this point, it looks like he might actually just time out. Hope for
Yeah,
wrong shot.
Yerand has a bit of space here. There's a lot of people up at the front window, which means that Catnip has to be zoomed out.
Maybe looking for the bug,
Yeah, this is a setup for the behind the back.
and it dispatched, and it shot for it anyways.
Yeah, that had pretty good cover from what would be Polka Dot there, but Catnip on point. And
Yes.
I think the issue there, and it happens a lot with Gallery, is you have to make sure you're not the most suspicious person there. There was nobody at statues. There's
Yeah.
not much to watch except for the ambassador, and
Yeah.
Catnip is on the point, which is good to see.
She was also
That's
zoomed in at the right point too, so she was zoomed in right when he tried to.
mhm.
So it was just poor timing, but also good play from Catnip as well.
Yeah, I would have been really interested to see how Yerand ends this game if he didn't get shot there, because he would have been. I think you can get that flirt in real quick. He might have had the time ad, frankly, with only a minute left.
Yeah,
Unfortunately,
definitely.
that's a reality we're not in. We're in a reality where Catnip's up 2-0.
Yes, indeed.
We'll be moving on to Courtyard 2, Catnip's pick,
Yep.
and we'll get started. 3, 2, 1, go.
Catnip starting as blue dress here. Um, Typical just going to combo idling.
Yeah,
Um,
no early statues.
no,
Nobody could possibly have swapped. There is red dress here, but I think Yerand saw it.
yeah,
Catnip going for the very early purloin and looking for the reject chain. This could be very lethal.
yeah, very lethal. Unless Yerand has been keeping track of it at least.
Oh, he's watching
Oh,
it though.
he's what? Oh,
Yeah, he
did he
didn't
see
need
it?
to watch. He didn't need to see the animation to know that was strong. That was a DA taking it.
Yeah, that was a
But
DA taking it. Yeah.
Catnip's not on the short list for highlights. I
Oh,
think he might get a few lowlights just for alibis eventually, but Catnip, I think, has gone away with their hardtail, which is the crucial point of Courtyard 2.
yeah, definitely here. Let's see what she does here. Looking for a timer or flirt here,
Yeah,
possibly.
but both players have been over the last 2 games willing to time her flirt, and I hope she leaves conversation now because she does need to line up a good banana bread or get a good
Going to
statue in.
statues. Yeah. Probably gonna get highlight for that. Yeah, definitely.
This is very winnable for Catnip. One flirt and one banana bread is going to be by far the most typical way you'll see this go.
Yeah.
And she just needs to be very clean, not rush the flirt. Make sure that the BB is solid.
That would have been a great BB here if the DA didn't leave, but
Yeah, she would
that's
have been
RNG.
she would have been among 3 highlights in conversation with the DA. He
Yes,
gets
definitely.
he gets the last flirt.
1 minute left, just to BB possibly.
Everybody's in conversation. If she wants to fake, she's fortunate enough to not be in the conversation with the SDA.
Yeah.
She greens it too. Green fakes are so strong.
Yeah.
Yerand,
Two little
we'll see if he's desperate. He gets rid of highlights.
Yeah.
Ooh, get out of the statue, Catnip. That's not how that works. Okay.
Little BB coming out here.
Yeah.
30 seconds left.
It'd be nice to green this. I don't.
No, it's a white BB. 10 seconds. Gonna panic. No.
Oh, he doesn't want to shoot.
Ooh.
You can tell how well both players are playing on that hesitancy.
Yes, definitely.
Catnip played a solid game, got away with a purloin, and got a few rejects after it. And I think Yerand noticed her go through the statue based on the way the laser was reacting to it. He's not the type to shoot for that, but he will absolutely notice pathing issues. We're 2-1. Catnip's still leading, but she needs to hold her serve and win on the sniper side.
Definitely here.
Get started. 3, 2, 1, go.
Yerand starting off as purple dress here.
Yeah, you're doing a very good job to be on the other side of the statue first 10 seconds. Unfortunately, no ambassador to stick a bug on. Yeah,
Early
very
seduce. Yeah, very typical here. 31%.
Yeah, 31% is gross. He can get 34% 2 more times with whites, but that will get him to 99%. It's what I call the Tobo percent, because it gets mentioned every single time that someone gets 31%.
Yeah, of course. That's Ambo's begging to be bugged here, but Sniper can see it.
Yeah, Catnip I think is watching that, which is good on her.
SD gets highlight. Hopefully that doesn't bite Yerand in the butt by standing close to the highlight.
Yeah, Catnip was very much keeping an eye on Toby and the ambassador, and not watching the back statue. Not that anybody's been to it, which is good play given that nobody's been to it, and it makes Yerand's job really hard if she's just going to watch the ambassador.
Yeah. Like watching the ambassador cuts down 2 missions as well for the fingerprint and the bug. So.
Yeah, Yerand's in trouble. He's only got 1 flirt done. There's only 3 highlights, and that's not. Yeah, we go 4 highlights, but that's not very many. Based
Especially
on
since
that Catnip is highlighting for statues.
Especially since he only has 65% with 1 minute left, so this doesn't look too good for Yerand here. Let's see if he can pull this out. Gets a BB off, but it's a fake with the SDA.
Yeah, so I'm not sure. If this is going to be a frame game, then the only way that he gets away with it is if Catnip thinks that someone has bugged.
Yes.
He goes to try and start playing a game here, but he red tests the fingerprint. I'm not sure Yerand has a chance of finishing this without obviously getting shot. A dive bug's possible, but
30%.
Yeah, Yerand's on the move.
Possible time ad here.
This will be a purloin.
Purloin here.
if he wants it.
Just a innocent drink take at 15 seconds left. Yerand's definitely hoping for a wrong shot here.
Yeah, I don't think Ambassador's been in particular danger. I don't think anybody could have bugged. The
Dress is right
yeah,
behind her
time at
right
a
now.
0.6 seconds.
That's not too good because
Well,
I
no,
feel
it's good as long as Catnip is
doesn't
not on it.
notice.
But
Yeah,
I think Catnip didn't react with low lights. I think she knew who it was and then just watched him walk into conversation and shot him for the BB.
definitely.
Um, yeah, without the hardtail done, already highlight, not using his time well, and Catnip doing her part and not taking a rushed shot.
Definitely
And
not.
when
Well,
hardtail.
patient. Yeah, that was a very patient sniper game here.
Catnip's up 3-1. Another spy win would really put her um, in a position here, and Ballroom is a map to do it. It's 4-7 Ballroom, no
Yeah,
microfilm. And Yerand needs to hold serve, so he has 2 more spy chances, and obviously if he can't really afford to lose on the sniper side. We'll get started. 3, 2, 1, go.
okay, Catnip playing as Bling Twin here.
How do you tell them apart so quickly? I have to zoom in and everything.
There's a clip on his tie for Bling, and the angle was perfect. So,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Uh,
So for that, goes into an innocent conversation. No ST, no DA, but Yuran might just assume it's a flirt here. But
he's not
quite
near
early.
anybody for
No,
this, right?
definitely not.
Yeah, Catnip's not near anybody. It doesn't look like a flirt. The question I have for you is, when you're playing 4-7 Ballroom, what's your band mission typically?
For me, I would actually ban per. No. Let's see here. I would definitely ban like the transfer microfilm because I always get shot for that, regardless of what I do. Direct, book to book, whatever I do, I've always gotten shot for it. It's just been in my mind ever since. Then again, I was facing peers, so
Yeah, if you're playing peers, you're gonna get shot for touching a bookcase, man.
yeah, of course, of course. So 51% looks really good start for her here.
Yeah, Catnip's
Uh,
been willing to do these timer flirts, and fortunately for her, throughout the set, her seduction targets have been kind enough to stick around. It's a real pity when you're doing a timer flirt and they leave right before it expires.
Definitely. 85% here. Didn't to flirt this one. Um, Yerand is getting a lot of statue highlights here,
Yeah,
helping Catnip just a little bit more.
Yerand isn't getting the amount of lowlights that I would expect from him.
Two low lights from the BB. That's pretty good for Catnip here. Right. Yerand looking at
There's not much going on. Catnip does not want to do a hard tell right now. Flirting is definitely good.
flirt here. Maybe a Purloin because quest. Minute left. Need one more. Right. Possibly getting the one at Green Bookshelves. Definitely looking for it. Green Purloin, that will be really good for her.
Yeah, no statues is strong. She can get away with no highlight if she doesn't die for the purloin.
Yes.
Ambassador
Oh,
putting his fingers on something else. It looks like Green Bookcase has a difficult at this point.
yeah, it looks like she might actually have to go to statues for that last thing.
Yeah, Ambassador's already on the statue, which is a lot more. Well, it's side statue. She can follow him there, and she's never been to statue before.
Yeah, definitely. Hawk gets low lit by Yuren for doing nothing, it seems.
And
All
this
seconds left,
is
really.
gonna be hard to shoot for.
Yeah, no overtime, like 0.7 of a second. That's too hard to shoot for.
Yeah, he's lining up his shot on the other twin, who's not the spy. Catnip up 4-1, which I mean is possible to make a comeback on, but that's not what the book said.
That's not too good on nerves and on your psyche. At this
Yeah,
point, you'd be like so tilted.
yeah. So
Hopefully, do you think Jiren gets tilted too easily
no,
or no?
no. When I was giving advice to Jayati about this division, and he's like, "And how do I beat Yerand?" And I'm like, "I'm sorry, I don't know. You can't tilt him. You can't you can't beat him with cheesy play. You just have to play well, and that's what Catnip's doing right now."
Yes, indeed. Okay, moving on to the Yearned spying ballroom here.
Yeah, everything's Catnip match point, and she's on the sniper side to where you want to be. Ballroom is literally 50-50 in SCL, so it's not the true sniper advantage that we see on other maps.
Yes.
But Yerand is going to not have to watch memorize statues. Swap is taken off, and we'll get started. 3, 2, 1, go.
Yearn playing as Rocker, going for that early flirt. 46%, not close enough for the 51. That doesn't. I can't two flirt here.
Yeah, 46 is a weird percent to be at.
Still
Uh,
needs like it's a good flirt, but still needs two more.
yeah, it's not a bad place to be in any sense. Like 46, great. I'll
Of
take it every
course,
day.
yeah,
It's just you're not gonna three flirt it, and I really don't know how the numbers add up. They're gonna end up with a weird percent after the next flirt too.
yeah, definitely here. Going to blue bookshelves here. It seems like maybe looking for a transfer. Oh no, just the fingerprintable book. Amba is also dropping the case as well.
Yeah, Urine takes the highlight for this. I suspect that Catnip was watching the fingerprint.
Yeah,
Um, the only other thing is Urine was going behind the ambassador to the path to the bookcase. It might be a culmination of a couple things.
yeah.
Uh, this,
97%. That's not.
yeah. I mean, if you're gonna green both, sure. Good job. The
Damn.
Banana Bread was good. There wasn't very many lowlights, but there aren't very many highlights. And Yeren's the only one I think that isn't for statue.
Um,
That's not where you do microfilms.
doesn't get shot for it though.
No,
There he come. No,
Catnip saw it though.
definitely, yeah.
So
Oh,
that's a
five
cheeky
one
thing you
here.
could do. 5-1. Good job, Catnip. Well played. The the thing with this cheeky do it behind cover microfilm trick is doing it at the statue pad just looks like someone forgot that they had a book in their hand. It raises a lot of alarms, and Catnip, with the highlight already and with it not being a particularly short character,
Definitely,
um,
yeah.
definitely noticed that.
Yeah, and also she probably noticed that Yearn already had a book, so going to statues after that, that's not a good idea.
Watch me be completely wrong, and Catnip get back in the chat and just say, no, I thought that was a green book, and just prove me wrong. But we are good to go in this set. This results in Yerand having his first loss, and indeed anything but his first win. He's still in the driver's seat for winning the division,
Yeah,
and it really gives Catnip a light. She drops 2 games to Yeesh in previous weeks, but if she wins the next 2 games, she has a
yes,
spot that she might be able to get second in the division, which is where she wants to be, being able to have into the tiebreakers. I think first is already out of her reach, unfortunately, because Yeren's been doing so well.
yeah, of course. So let's move on to the picks and bans of